Hi everyone, how you all doing? I hope you're doing great. It's nice to be back. I just want to say thank you for the latest subscribers I've had and all the likes. It really does mean a lot. Today, I'm at Torne. This is in Doncaster. Absolutely beautiful venue. I've got a video already in my list from when I was there in the summer. You might have seen it. It's a slapping video. I won the match. That was a club match. This is also a club match, but this is for the Tnuc Angling Club. This is the club that me and Jake run. And how I've started is I actually started with popped up bread at the beginning of the match. I'm doing this video from the last couple of hours, but in the beginning of the match I've had 2 or 3 carp on. In fact, I lie, sorry, not popped up bread. I'm using popped up marshmallow, the mini ones. I took bread with me, but I didn't end up using it. So I put 2 mini marshmallows on. I was throwing it out to the far bank into the right hand side. It's like a bowl shape. What's happened here is I decided I was going to come a bit shorter because I'd not seen a sign. And yeah, fish on. Just as I were wrapping it round to make a clip that's closer to me, it's tugged on the fish and it swam off. So what has happened is, because the length of the hook length is quite long, it's 1/2 metre, the fish must have picked it up and it's just been sat with it in its mouth. Now at this point I'd actually switched to a soft pellet, 2 8mm soft pellets, and these are F1 sweets, the yellow ones. And I've done that purely because I started to get foul looking fish on the popped up bait, so I thought maybe they're actually on the deck, these fish, and they're rubbing against the hook and that's why it's foul looking them. So I put a deck, a bait that would sit on the deck, but I still kept that really long hook length on. And this is what happened. This is why that happened, basically. My rod had not registered that bite because that fish has just sat there with it in its mouth and not actually swam in any kind of direction yet. So my rod has not picked up that it already had the bait in its mouth. So as you can see, it's quite a long hook length. You can see the 2 soft pellets on the hook. They're air rigged on there. The dynamite ones, they are absolutely fantastic. They almost become like a gel, so they're really tough. You couldn't strike them off. And that's why I love them. They're perfect. You know when you've got them on your rod, you can throw out wherever you like. You know they're not going to fly off.
They're not in mood for fucking. They're not in mood for bolting off with it. I might take that off with soft pellet.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this long hook length off,
Save that for bread.
and I'm going to swap it for a little one. Now the only little ones I had were 4-inch hook lengths. I would never ever usually use a 4-inch hook length with a bomb. But in my other videos, a couple of videos ago, I spoke about Jake, who's very good on the rod, probably the best angler I've ever seen on a rod, telling me that he likes to use an 8-inch hook length, or even shorter sometimes. So I tried it the other week at Swanlands, and I caught on it. So I thought, sod it, let's try this 4-inch one. And the reason I've done that is, if they are going to sit there with it, they would only have to move maybe an inch or 2, and my rod is going to register. And in winter matches, you can't afford to miss fish. You can't afford to miss bites. That fish could have easily picked that up 3 or 4 times, that bait, and spat it out. And that could have been a fish that I never caught. So I've done the right thing. I've swapped the hook length to increase sensitivity and hopefully increase the amount of fish I put in my net. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this to the very back of the pond, so really deep into that bowl towards the right hand side. The bailiff had been round earlier and he told me that last week the match had been won off that very same peg in that very same area, but they were on the corn. I'm not against using corn, I love using corn. However, I did feel like this day was going to be a popped up bait kind of day. And I did get a couple, but it definitely, looking around, was starting to look like the fish were feeding on the bottom and not on the top or up in the water. So I'm going to let this run live for a minute or two. And I just want to really discuss, setups and stuff like that. So you just see that little plastic bag there, that's where my little mini marshmallows were. So I used 2 of those, because the other day I was in a match at Swanlands, and I noticed that the bread wasn't popping up right. As soon as I managed to I put like a polyball on, I threaded it through a polyball and a piece of bread, and as soon as it popped up, the rod was ripping round. So today, I've come in them marshmallows to make sure that I've got a bait that does sit up. Like I said, I had a couple on it, but then I started foul looking. I lost 3 or 4 carp in this match through foul looking, and that's what made me switch to this bait that just lays on the bottom. It's important that you do make changes through the matches. If you think you're getting liners and stuff like that, that can often mean the fish are before where you've thrown to, but sometimes, they could be knocking your bait about and stuff like that. I mean, to me, they're obviously knocking my bait about, because I must have been hooking them in the tail and under the fins and all sorts. So when that bait was sat up in the water by 8 or 9 inches or a foot, it was obviously rubbing against them and they were hooking it. But I've made the change, and it's quite silty here. I noticed when I was plumbing it up for the pole line. So I went for the soft pellets because they'll lay on the sill. Heavy baits will sink in sill. The soft pellets will lay on top of it. I've gone for 2 8mm, no messing about. Carp can swallow massive baits. I've got a 12 hook on, 0.20 bottom. Nothing is breaking me. You might think that's a bit excessive, 0.20, but it's good enough for Jamie Hughes, it's good enough for me. So this is all live at this moment. So I've literally gone from the longer hook length to the shorter one. You've seen me throw it out and we're waiting. Finally, we've got us by. So that's been maybe 2 minutes. So in the first clip, I didn't even know I had a fish on because the hook length was too long. In that clip, and you've just seen it, the rod going round, I've got straight into it. And in the winter, 2 minutes for a bite for a carp, that's not bad going. It's not bad going in the summer, never mind the winter. So I've made a change, and I've had an instant response to it.
Oh, they fall in for double soft pellet.
Nice little common carp. Now what I did notice, the popped up baits that I used definitely produced me the bigger fish. So when I used those marshmallows, the carp on that were definitely bigger. However, it were also causing me to lose fish. And you've only got a limited amount of time, and you can't really afford to lose any in a winter, especially in a winter league. Every gram counts. So I opted for just catch what you can. So I'm zooming in here so you can see I want it between halfway to that bush and into corner where that yellow line is. That's perfect, and that's why I was throwing it all the way through the match. That's the area that he said to go into. So even though you've got all that area there, it's quite a big area that I had. That was the area that he said is where you want to be, and look, boom, bite. Lovely bite that. So on that shorter hook length, really good bites, can't miss them. And they fought these fish. considering it was a really cold day. I think it was about 4 degrees. And it felt colder than that, to be honest. This has truly felt like a winter's day, this match. The first one of the year where I can say that was definitely winter. So this Acolyte's a 9-foot Acolyte Plus. It's very soft. Even if that fish tried to rip that, tried to rip the rod off, it would take it so nicely. It's got a really good natural bend all the way through. It's super soft. Amazing rod. And you do want a soft rod in the winter, because every bite does count, and you want to make sure that the hook doesn't pull and stuff like that. So if you are new to winter fishing or even feeder fishing, I would recommend, if you're going to fish for silverfish, small carp, or winter fishing, stuff like that, make sure it's a soft rod that you buy. It will make a big difference to your fishing. And that's not a bad fish. I mean, that's a really good sized carp. On a 4-inch hook length. Madness. 25 years of fishing. It's the first time I've put a 4-inch hook length on a bomb. And I have a 2-inch hook length on feeders, method feeders. But I would never dream of it on a bomb. However, you can see for yourself, it's working. So it's such an easy, basic way of fishing. And it can be absolutely lethal. They're a bit slippery, these pellets, so especially when your hands are freezing. So again, we'll aim for that corner. It went a bit too far, that chuck. I don't know why. I weren't happy with it, so it's coming straight back.
I don't know why that went that far.
It is tagged. So I've obviously not kept my rod in the same position as they have been with the other chucks, but I weren't happy with it. And look, I did the right thing bringing it back, because it's got weed on it. So wherever it fell, it wouldn't have presented right, and that would most likely have led to me not getting a bite. So if ever you throw to an area you're not in the right place, it's really important that you just bring it back in and get it in the right area. For the sake of 20 seconds, why sit there for 5 minutes with no bites, when for 20 seconds you can bring it back out, throw it back in, and get a bite within a couple of minutes. That's the key to this match fishing lot. Don't be lazy. So there we go, boom. In that area, spot on. Accuracy is really important. It took me a year, maybe more, to get better with the rod. I mean, a year ago I'd have ate every single tree you'd have seen on that island. I'd have lost 15,000 bombs. It'd have cost me 10 grand in fishing gear for the match. I'd have probably thrown rod in as well. But I've kept with it, kept at it for a full year, and starting to see those rewards. And the key to being a good match angler really is learn as many things as you can and get as good as you possibly can at all of them. A lot of people know how to use a fishing pole at a really good level, So you're not really going to see a massive advantage over another pole angler if that's what you use. But the rod, there's not many anglers that are truly really good with a rod. And the ones that are can absolutely annihilate you with it. So it is so important, and it is something that I'm making myself learn and do as much as I can in the matches. And it's something I would really recommend that you all do if you've been following my channel, trying to pick up a few tips and hints. And to be fair, you get fish out much quicker on the rod. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so far, I mean, if you've been enjoying this video and you want to give it a like, go for it. I would love that. And obviously, if you're not a subscriber, please, please, please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. I'm going to do loads more videos like this coming up in the future. You don't want to miss out, especially if you're local to the area and you know the venues that I'm fishing. It's going to give you a good idea on how to fish them. You get to see what kind of fish are in it as well. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, like it, share it, love it. Thank you. Also, these Dynamite 8mm F1 Sweet soft pellets. If you haven't used them, and you do like to use the bomb, get some bought, get it part of your arsenal. You can see for yourself, it's been quite effective. Especially at venues where the fish are keen on bright yellow baits. Stay on a lot better than corn does. And on that bombshell, let's see how it went on. Let's check out these weights.
Scares that blue bag down, I'll write it down. I'll just need you to call it, that's all. Cheers, mate. Not a bad day, have we?
Yeah, not really.
There we go. They've all been zeroed and that.
32.14.
You know, straight to it, don't they? They don't wiggle about as much, do they, when it's cold? £32.14. Cheers, Hooker. Do you want to do you? And watch legs will give you a clue. I did that earlier. Put that leg.
Oh, yeah, so
I did it, same thing.
It's because it's cold, isn't it?
Yeah. Away. Put that. Put
Yeah,
that's your lid. That.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. That's it. Otherwise, it's a nightmare. Trust me. Imagine it's a jug. That's what I keep telling my dad for him to remember. And that's your lip at jug. You fish well today, Mucker. $23.1. You make sure you're happy with that. That's what it says. It's $23.1, not
I'll
one.
go big, mate.
$23.1. Well done, Mucker. Do you want a picture out?
Yeah, go on then.
Let's have a picture.
Get the size of it, yeah.
I didn't even think about getting one for me, to be fair.
Well done, Rob. Cracking weight next to me with £23 and 1 ounce off peg 16.
£85. What's up here?
Yeah, it does beat me, yeah. That's got £40, the idiot. Idiot.
About 35. Give me my nugget. Give me my nugget.
Fucking wait till I've got one.
Give me my nugget. I need to go. Can't believe it.
Looks nice here.
It does, but it's fucking
41.13.
41 pound, 13 ounce.
you know, that's better than what I thought.
Well done, mucker. Joe, picture.
Fucking 8 fish for £41.
How did you catch him?
Banded 4 mil.
Mile. Number one. There we go, cheers, mucker.
Yeah, fucking banded 4 mil.
You're doing well at league, you. It's another one for you. I've lost 3 on one.
Right.
Well done. You smashed me up, Jackie boy. £41, 13 ounce off peg 24.
Oh, he's had a few here, Robbo. Robbo smashed me up. No. After that now, aren't they? You caught well though. You've been winning it. I reckon you got a bit more than Jack. Have you caught them dabbing? Dib dab what? Round there or over there? Just there? Yeah.
49.11.
You're winning so far, Robbo.
Picture Robbo.
Yeah, picture. Come on. If you don't want pictures, stop winning.
Can they see we go Barton?
If you don't want pictures, stop winning bloody sections. Smile. Again. There we go.
Well done, Robbo. You've smashed me up again. End peg for a reason. £49, 11 ounce off peg 1.
He's had 41-1.
He talks shit. He can't compete like that. He talks absolute bollocks.
Another one. Well done, mate. 41-1.
Yeah.
Fish have definitely been real.
Yep.
Have you caught them? What, over there?
Yeah, I've had to chuck literally like that.
Popped
all
up?
day.
Brent, go on. Yeah, I switched to double soft pelleting and yellow ones and we're going round them.
Well done, Nikolai. Cracking weight, £41, 1 ounce off peg 4.
Steve Billups, is it? Torne, am I adding up again?
No, your calculator is.
Yeah. Calkies are. So Billups.
That's big net, that. Big net.
1 sec, mate.
19.7.
It's ash.
Is that your big net? Yeah.
That's down to me.
What your section, Jake? Yeah, you're in this one. Billups, Josh,
No, it's not.
Dave Platt, Tico. You and Josh are against each other.
Just a little net.
This is silver's net.
He's a lie.
It's over.
£80 in there. DQ. He's been solid over this fucking end.
£50.12. That's it. That's
Let's have a picture with that, Steve. Let's have a picture, mate. It's not a bad winter's day, is it? Fucking hell. I've had worse days.
Oh, let bomb bread at Bethel.
Another one.
That's what Paul, didn't I? Didn't matter. You have to be off Paul.
Right, so that's 69. These 4 of them. That's £70, 3 ounce. £70, 3 ounce, mate. Well done, pal.
Cracking weight, that, Steve. Constantly hitting big weights this winter league. You're going to be tough to beat.
Jakey boy, nice fish, them. Unit.
brought them from?
Come on.
J. Cole, aka Stewie.
£30.
Ooh, we're close between me and you, mate. Well done, pal. Do you want a picture?
No.
So look at that big one, Jay.
You're
Look at that big one. No.
Ah, lovely.
That deserves a photo. Stewie's best way.
It is. You want to weigh?
No.
Oh, you've got to weigh,
I'd say
Dave.
I've got to weigh.
Come
I
on.
don't
So it goes towards you, A, your partner, you and your pairs, and B, for your league.
Honestly, not way down there. That's a long way down.
The old fella's got most lethal f***ing peg at lot.
Oh, it's twin prizes. Always trying to be best for Stuart.
That's done alright here. You might have beat Ian, you might not be last.
No, what? I got about 2 points a couple of weeks ago. 2 points.
Oh, that's got 6 ounce there.
Thank you very much.
Chocolate one off tree.
One in. One in.
I can't believe how wet it 5-12.
I'm just an odd one. Look at that's cool. 5-10.
What you see?
No, that's what's back. 5-13.
That's it, we're on 5-10
Yeah.
before I put that one in.
You've beat quite a few people with that. You didn't even want to weigh in. You smashed up about 6 people with that weight.
It's not stop catching them
And
all
he
day.
didn't even want to. We'll have a picture of yours, Kiko.
We're all
Super sub. Yeah,
And up.
put him right, start smashing me up.
Bait and up.
I'm sure you've already got in a wheel. 15-13. Well done, Kiko.
Well done, mate.
Want a picture?
Super sub, let's have a picture here.
The sub needs 2.
Something for it, please.
Come
on, innit?
Who is it?
Wait, one more.
Tell you what,
That's it. Cheers, mate.
we'll do a couple more years and they'll be like.
Oh yeah, there's some big ones in here though. There's some really big ones.
Well done, Super Sub Kiko. Lovely picture as well. Thanks for coming. Just want to give a special shout out to Ian that managed to get this absolute beast out on a 6mm white wafter. Well done. And here's the weights. So Lewis won it off peg 2. He had £117 2 ounce. Well done, Lewis. Second place we had Steve Billups with £70 3 ounce off peg 6. And third place we had Robbo with £49 11. Section wins went to Jack Cross on peg 24 with £41 13. Nick Atkinson on peg 4 with £41 1. Me with £32 14 off peg 15. And J. Cole with £30 10 ounce off peg 9. If you would like to buy any of the floats that you see me using in any of my videos, please go onto Facebook, like this group, Tnuc Pole Floats. You'll automatically be accepted. We post daily and they all include postage. Thank you. Thank you again for all your support this year, everybody. Loving the subs, loving the likes. Please continue. Have the best Christmas and the happiest New Year, everyone. Thank you for your support. Siddy.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your message after the tone.